Hello and welcome to the Sound Lab podcast interviews unedited. On today's show, it is a 2000 Trees Festival special with interviews from Taking Back Sunday, the Hunna, the Molotovs, Hectares and Grumble here on part one of our 2000 Trees Festival special. So let's crack on, shall we, and play our first interview from headliners Taking Back Sunday. Guys, how are you?
Hi, we are doing fantastic. We're so happy to be here. And then our record 152, right? The last one we put out, we wrote a lot of it in this place on Long Island called Port Jefferson. And I had no idea that New York looked like that anywhere, and nobody told me. And I felt the same way coming to 2000 Trees. It is just amazing.
Yeah. It's a nice place. It's a really nice place. And headlining as well.
We can't believe it. We're so worried somebody messed up.
Yeah, I thought there was a mistake, but turns out we are headlining. I had to double check today.
Yeah.
It's like, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're co-headlining a tour at the moment with Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah. Yes. Well, it'll start in August for us, and then because they've been out with Mastodon, ripping faces off all over, and then we'll hop on in August and it'll be a whole lot of fun. We really look forward to it because we were talking about it last night. We all went and got a nice dinner together.
Yeah, how are the things with the boys? Because obviously a co-headline tour is not your normal kind of set list and layout. How are you guys gonna go and do the co-headline tour? How's it gonna work?
Well, there's we haven't really formed, I think, a solid plan of attack yet, just because we've been so excited. Just because, like, Coheed, we've been friends with them for so long. Like, I remember the first time I saw them play, Claudio had the shortest hair, and it was at, what was the place on Long Island?
Oh, it was Long Island?
With the waterfall
the Sahara?
The Sahara,
I think it was called,
yes. Yeah. So that was the first time I ever saw him, and then so ever since then, we've always been crossing paths, and we had done we were fortunate enough to do a tour with them in 2018, and it was so much fun that we've honestly been like, anytime we see each other, like, when can we do that again? And we're doing it again. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And you mentioned 152, the latest record came out a couple of years ago now.
Which is 2 years.
Yeah.
Crazy.
How's
time moves different now, I think.
Yeah, well, it does. How's it gone down with the fans?
Well, I mean, from what we can tell, pretty great. Like, we're real fortunate to where we've been able to do this for like a long time, and so sometimes it's like hard to I think for people to connect with like the newer stuff because when they listen, maybe they're not looking so much for who they are now. They're looking for who they were, know. But with this one, there's some right when we started playing it live, there were immediate reactions to like 3 of the songs. So we're like, oh my God, we're gonna put more of the record in the set, and it worked. So that for us, for our indication, is saying like, oh, like people are. Like we're all riding the same wave,
Yeah, for sure.
We still got like 4 or 5 songs from that album in the set, I think, right? And so 2 years out, I call that a win for us. We've had albums where we put 3 or 4 songs in the set, and then a year or 2 later we're like, I don't even know if we can play that many anymore. I don't know. Everyone's getting a little restless.
No one seems to like it.
But I guess with the amount of records out there now, how many is there? Is it 8? Is it
8? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
I know. Oh, you must have so many songs now that you have to try and cram into a set.
Yeah.
How easy do you find it, or how difficult do you find it?
In the past, it was very difficult, and I think it's just because, well, I know for me, like, I get real easily overwhelmed if there's too many options, and so, but now, just for me personally, I feel like the thinking has shifted because know what it was? John and I went and saw Pearl Jam one time in Columbia, South Carolina, and they just played the second record.
They played the second record as just part of their set. It wasn't like what they were doing on the tour. Just that one night, they played their whole second album, and then played for like an hour and a half more after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it's been like that. I want to do that because there's so much stuff that even songs that I mean, you know, that I'll come across that I haven't heard for a while. Like, oh wow, like there's still power in it for me. So maybe there is for somebody else, and I think we're all on the same page with that. So that's what we're working towards.
Good. And as mentioned, it's been a couple of years since the record came out. Have you been back in the studio since? No, but the thing is, we have over the years we've all become studio tinkerers. So there's always ideas kicking around that we're working on at home. We'll send back and forth, you know, but we haven't like gotten boots on the ground in a studio yet.
Well, we did record a song.
Yes.
Not in the studio.
Yeah.
It's an official song
by ourselves.
Yeah. It's going to be on a compilation that's coming out in the fall.
Nice.
For the to benefit the ACLU. So, yeah, that was our first song since 152. And that still won't be out for a while, but we did record it. It's done.
But it's not the first time you've been part of a compilation record. I think you've done a few for compilation records before. What's it like when you get asked, could you do a song for us? That sort of thing. What's it like for you?
Well, if it's a cool cause, you know, and like something we can get behind, then it's just a matter of, well, can we pull together anything good in time? So we're always down. And then John's actually organized, or heading up the whole thing, which I really admire.
Yeah. It does help when I'm helping put the comp together. Then I have a little bit of an in with the band.
Yeah, he knows a guy, then he knows another guy.
Yeah,
calls me.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Taking Back Sunday from 2000 Trees Festival. Now, we are all over social media, so come and find us at The Sound Lab, yes, on all the socials. And you can also check out the website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk. And while you go and find us on all the socials and give us some follows, we're going to play you our next interview from the Hunna. They've got a brand new single out, which we had a chat with them about, and more. So, the Hunna. How was your day? How was your set?
It was very hot, and it was very energetic and good. It was a great set, I feel. Right, Jack?
Yeah, the crowd really brought it as well, and it flew by. But that's why I like festival sets. You can just hammer them out and good times, and nice to be in the first day as well.
Yeah, and you're back with a new single as well.
Yes,
new
we
label,
are.
I think. Is that right?
Yep.
Hide and Seek.
Yep.
We will play it after this interview, so tell us a bit about it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, sure. So obviously we're doing an EP, which is the first time ever. So it's nice to kind of have a different outlook on, the layout of releasing music. So we're going to do a single every month. This is the first one out yesterday. Good response so far. Wanted to just kind of have a fresh start with everything visually as well. We've got our boy Will, who did Apologies and Fugazi in America. He's doing all the videos out in Staten Island in New York. So that's really cool as well. And the song itself, lots of energy, kind of ticks all the boxes of what the Hunna's about as a first single. And that's about it, really.
Yeah, nice. The sound that you've made then with this EP, was it the sound you wanted, or is it just kind of how it turned out?
It's kind of just natural. It's a self-produced EP, so it was just the three of us putting our heads together in the room. And we have a lot of different elements and influences. Like, we're big fans of Turnstile and Fontaines DC, and then we also like our old classics indie, and like Foles and Bombay and Biffy. And then I guess we kind of take all those elements of inspiration, and we've kind of just mashed it all together in the Hunna way and made Hide and Seek and the rest of the EP, really.
The songs are very different as well. Mm-hmm. Kind of shows how, the variation of the band within taste, but also as well just kind of showing different strengths in different ways. So, yeah.
And with a new label, a kind of a new era sort of thing, do you feel like it's either a continuation, or do you think it's like a start of a new chapter for you guys?
Yeah, it's definitely a new chapter for us. I mean, we've obviously kissed a few frogs, but at the same time, that is part of the industry. It's very common to work with lots of different people. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, and but we've got good relationships with with everyone that we have worked with in the past, and maybe some we don't talk to, but that's life, isn't it? You move on, and we wish the best for everyone. So, but for us, it's a really nice fresh start. Leo at Frontiers has been great. It's been nice as well for the first time working with a label where it's just one guy, even though he's got a team behind him, but it makes it a lot more smoother for us because we're managing the band as well. So it's just like, and obviously there's 3 of us, so it's just 4 people chatting it out and getting it all planned, and then we've got our creative team behind us that are doing a fantastic job, that have brought everything to life for us, really.
Yeah, because I think you were with Raw Power, was that right? Before?
Yeah.
What's it like kind of doing everything yourself now rather than having...
Yeah, I mean, we're still really tight with Raw Power, like their family. They're actually... Yeah, they were literally just with us side of stage, like Craig Jennings and Niall Crisp. They're like brothers and family, and but I think we just needed to kind of go do what we needed to do and just kind of figure ourselves out and figure out what we want to do musically, and we've kind of gone and done that. So you never know what might happen. We might connect again and work together again at some point, potentially.
It's nice to have that kind of freedom, it's very common as well in the industry that so many people have got their own label, or they manage themselves, or their friends and family like us are the creative team. So it's just nice, and we're obviously we're leaving books open in the sense of if we do connect with someone like Dan just said, then great. But at the moment, it's very busy. It's hectic. We've got our fingers in about 20 pies at once, so it is very busy and hectic. But at the same time, we're doing it.
Yeah. Good. I'd like to talk about the writing side of things as well. So for you guys, how do the tracks normally start off?
There's so many different ways, to be honest with you. It could be a drum beat, could be a guitar riff, could be a lead line. Could be an idea from another band where maybe we should write an upbeat song that's similar to this, but putting our own spin on it. So we're heavily influenced, like Dan said, with like some of the top bands. So again, mixing pot and jamming as well. Jamming's important to just kind of get in the room and just play and have fun, because that's how we started. So we're keeping it as grassroots as possible.
Yeah, nice. And once you finish here this weekend, you've got some more shows on the way.
Yes, we do. We're supporting our boys in Palais Royale in November. We're absolutely stoked to be doing that. We played with them at Wembley, and we did a couple of shows last year in Sweden, Poland, and Italy. And we just really get connected with them. They're really cool dudes. And so we're going to be doing that. And then we've got Wine Up Festival as well coming up, which will be cool, main stage. And then we're also going to be probably putting on another UK run around an EP little tour, probably at the end of November. And then all to go for next year, really.
Nice. You hoping to go back overseas?
We'd love to. Just sometimes realistically and being real, it's just the industry's tough, like costs, logistics, so at the moment we just kind of wanted to do the EP really and just kind of stick on our home turf for now, right? And then I think next year we're going to be returning to Europe and trying to get back to America if possible and stuff like that, and Australia. Big up the Oz.
And considering you're doing kind of an EP for the first time, do you think you'll continue to do a couple more EPs as next year goes on? Or?
Currently it's a one-off, and then we're going to move on to album 5. So that's exciting. But it's kind of, because we haven't released music in a long time, it's more like a building momentum back up. So for us, it's kind of like drop some singles, and because in this day and age, it's not how it used to be. It's very in and out, and people's attention span is onto the next thing very quickly. So for us, it's like
about a week, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. But for us, it's more just to give the fans some new music, and for ourselves to just explore new territories and grow as a band musically. And then lead into an album where we feel like the momentum's high. We've got a 10-year anniversary of 100 next year, which we're going to do something special for. So it's more of us just kind of building back up to then be like, right, we're ready to drop an album now.
Do you think you know what direction you'll want to take the band in, or are you just going to see how this EP goes, see what tracks of these work? And
we totally do. It's the thing with we're band of brothers, right? And we all have different influences, and it's like putting all our influence here and then kind of seeing what that creates. Like I definitely would like to do personally something a bit heavier and harder and kind of go hard or go home kind of record. But then other influences may come into play, like there's indie elements and stuff like that. And maybe we'll get influenced again by the time we get to the album, and who knows.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with the Hunna from 2000 Trees Festival. Now, if you are listening to us here on Spotify, then you'll be pleased to hear we also have a fresh playlist, bringing you 150 brand new up-and-coming artists that we feel like you might just enjoy yourself, and you might just find your new favourite artist on there. And if you want to go and find that, head to our website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk, and click on the Fresh Playlist button, or search for Fresh by The Sound Lab on Spotify. Now, while you go and find the playlist and give it a save, we're going to play you our next interview from the Molotovs. They've got a new album on the way, and we had a little chat with them all about it. So, the Molotovs, how are you?
Good, thank you, yeah. Izzy, how you doing?
All dandy.
Good. You're here at 2000 Trees. How's your day been so far?
Well, not that long to be fair, but we did get up at 6 in the morning to get here for 10 or whatever, and did our set at 12, and yeah, absolutely loved it. I tell you what, it was really good. We thought we played really well, but I mean, we're going to say that because but yeah, we actually did.
Yeah, good. And once you finish here this weekend, what's the plan next for you guys?
Well, I mean, in the week we haven't got really anything on, but
Next week we're going to Germany and the Netherlands, supporting Palais Royale.
Nice.
So we've got that going on. And we're also going on another tour that we're doing is we're joining the Sex Pistols on their North American tour. So US
Canada.
And Canada, yeah.
Nice, yeah. Busy times ahead.
Busy times, yeah.
Yeah, and we've been playing a new single of yours. Today's going to be our day.
Oh, sweet.
Cheers for that, man.
Tell us a bit about the single.
Well, it was written ages ago, but really, it's about 3 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
It's available everywhere, but if you want to know what the song's about, that's probably more interesting than where it's available.
A little bit.
But yeah, exactly. But it's available everywhere.
I'm happy with both answers. So.
Well, exactly. Yeah, they are. Basically, it's really about. It was written in lockdown as sort of I don't know, my discontent during lockdown, and how I wanted the situation to change, and I wanted to, young people to not just take it for granted and just not accept their situations. Basically, like a call to arms for this generation to just be pronounced on politics, get off their arse, use their vote, because it's like, I read a statistic that was like, something like 40% of 18 to 25 year olds voted in the last election. It was just like that shit is depressing, because it affects you in so many ways you can't even imagine, and and loads of ways you can imagine. Jonathan Pye put it brilliantly, and I don't know, it's sort of a bit about that, and really about lockdown and sort of the politics around it and everything like that, and but also it ends it on sort of a more of like an optimistic note, like we can do this, today is going to be our day, like we are going to rise up together and that sort of thing.
Good. And that's coming off your debut record?
That will be on debut record, yeah.
Is that in January?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Well,
January, it's called Waste on Youth, and that's where it's set to release now.
Yeah, that's when it's expected to come out, but anything could happen, couldn't it?
Oh yeah, it could get pushed.
Yeah, well, it's the music industry,
Yeah, anything could happen, but yeah. Plan is January 2026 at the moment, and I assume it's all done and ready to go, so...
Yeah, it's all done, yeah.
The sound that you've made with the record, was it the sound you wanted, or is it kind of just how it turned out while you were writing and recording it?
If I'm being honest, it's just the way it turned out, but, but the thing is, we are really confident in the songwriting of it, and the songs, we are really confident that the songs are good enough, which I don't mean to blow my own trumpet, because I write the songs, but I guess we are, I just set myself up for that
as well, because
well, I've got a record to sell.
Though, so.
Yeah, I've got a record to sell. What do you expect? But no, it is good, and if you like the record enough, come see us live. I think that's what it's all about, because you got to feel the energy of it, and I do think we have captured that in the album.
Yeah, good.
But it is cool.
Good, and I'm sure you wrote more than what made it onto the record. What happens to those now?
Well, a lot of them end up as either B-sides or double A-sides, and the rest will be pushed over to the second album. We got songs that you play. Well, you didn't play them today, but we got songs that are in our set that will be on the second album, and a lot that she hasn't even heard, that have been written and all the rest of it and not even performed. But we played half an hour today, but we've got an hour of our own tunes.
Nice.
So that's about 20 songs, and 11 are on the album. So Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'd like to talk about the writing side of things as well. So for you guys, how do tracks normally start off?
Matt writes all the lyrics and the melody and the chord progression, and he takes it then to the band. So I guess it's more his kind of question, if you want to...
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. So I write the tunes usually with a... could be acoustic guitar, electric guitar, you know. I very rarely use a capo, but it feels like I've used every chord there is, so it's like I've started putting a capo on. I've put it on the first fret, which felt a bit out there, so I think I'm going to start working up until there's no more fret to go, you know. I mean, that would take me 24 albums or whatever, but... You know, I reckon it could happen.
You go too far up, sound like a ukulele then, doesn't it?
It is on the books, ukulele album. I reckon 2027 ukulele album is inbound. I mean, I don't know what she'll play. You know, maybe a piece of string on like a
Space ukulele.
Is it?
Well, we'll create it.
We'll see. Yeah, it's stuff to look forward to. Do you know what I mean? We're setting a, room for development, I think.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with the Molotovs from 2000 Trees Festival. Now, if you're loving today's interviews, then you can find us on our international radio show, which brings you an edited version of today's interviews, alongside a load of new music and more on our 2-hour radio show. Just head to our website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk, and click International Radio Show for our current and past shows. So go and do that while we play you our next interview from Hectares, who we also had a chat with, of course, at 2000 Trees Festival. This is what they had to say. So, Hectares, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good, you're here at 2000 Trees. How's your festival experience been so far?
Amazing. Try not to be a cliche, but very hot, but very enjoyable.
Yeah, it's too hot. Very British,
you
aren't
two
we?
are literally sat in the shade, and my neck is on fire right now. So let's maybe not lean into that.
Some of us are hotter than others.
Yeah. Why do you think I've decided to sit this side of the bench?
Like you knew.
Then once you finish here this weekend, what's your plan next?
Our plan is very much to we're going to go back into the rehearsal studio and try and finally write a whole album. So we've got 2 EPs out now, but we just want to get a proper album out fully. You know, you're actually getting in the way of the camera. There you go, champ.
Album time, I think. So
the aim is to sort out an album, and we've got loads of ideas, so we're really excited to get back in and start cracking on with that. So
nice. Do you know what direction you're wanting to take the album?
a death metal version of ABBA.
You say that, but like I'm currently in a bit of a vibe at the moment of making like pop punk cover of Bee Gees songs because Bee Gees. I'm not afraid to say
those things.
Bee Gees are sick.
So basically, we're just all going to go our separate ways. I think more of the same, really. If not, probably heavier. We have a ton of riffs that we want to expand on, so we're going to do a lot of that.
We've honestly got too many ideas floating around in like a Google Drive that we haven't touched for since we started.
There's easily an album's worth of stuff in there, easily.
So just
well,
work on that.
Maybe.
The point is that we're super excited about just getting cracking. No, we wanted to enjoy ourselves today at the festival, and great festival. It's the first time Ash has been. First time Ash has been to the festival, and get this, have a great time, and then get our heads down and get this album sorted out. And yeah.
I thought you just said this is the first time that Ash has ever been at a festival, not the festival.
I said this festival.
Okay, that's fine.
Ash has been out of South Yorkshire.
Not far off true, to be honest.
How are you finding it down here?
Oh, I'm loving it. It's great.
I pointed out there is a very northern sausage roll.
There is. Yes, somebody's here repping Yorkshire.
I wouldn't like to repeat what was written on it because I don't want to offend an entire county, but it sounded very northern.
It was something like, get it down there, something like that. I don't know, something like that.
Get it down this
Get
end.
it down this end.
You might need some translations in that point.
Relentlessly bullied for being northern.
That's all right. We'll have subtitles on, don't worry. We'll be all right.
Just for you, sometimes just for you.
So when you watch TV and an Irish person comes on, they decide to give it subtitles, and you're like, but I can understand them?
You watch Netflix and the subtitles come on, it's like, is that a guy aware who's been subtitled? That's a bit racist.
It's like that old guy from Hot Fuzz. Basically, just talks and they're like, what?
what's
And there's always that one guy who can translate what he says.
Well, that's like the Clarkson's Farm thing with what's the guy's name in there?
Yeah, I know you're right.
There's the guy, and they that's literally how my granddad talked. So I actually understand it because they cut it in a way that it is just nonsense. And I'm like, that's actually not what he said. So I know what's going on here.
Nice. And with new music on the way, I'd like to find out about the writing process. So for you guys, how do tracks normally start off?
Well, we all write.
Yeah, this is a current argument between the band, actually. So let's get it on tape.
Every single one of us write, okay, and we bring stuff to the table. Some of it gets sort of kicked down the road, but like I said, we will start with the nucleus of generally a riff or a chorus or whatever, and then we'll just expand on that. So
I think the cool thing is where we're at now, though, is that because we're still pretty new anyway, we've only done 2 EPs, so there isn't really a blueprint yet. I think we've all come like very prepared with like, here is an entire finished song so far, so one of us will write a whole song and then maybe bits and bobs here change, like arrangements change or an extra part gets thrown in.
Ollie scissors, we call it.
Huh?
Ollie scissors.
Basically, what happens is Liv comes in with a song and I say, I'm going to cut out half of that. But no, I think what I'm looking forward to for more writing is for us to do it like in a room as like with each other.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's a wrong way to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah.
It's all about saving the song, isn't it, I guess? Like, you just got to make sure that the song is the top priority.
Only if I've got a fucking... I'm so sorry. I've done it! I did it! Oh, I was trying so hard. Say that again. Give me that. It's only if I've got a ripping riff.
Very sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Yeah, you're done.
You're done.
You're out of the band.
Oh, yes!
No, but basically we just want to get in the room, write a bunch of tunes, hopefully more than what we need, and then just trim the fat and choose the best ones. That's the plan.
Nice. And as you guys are fairly new, I'd like to find out how you got into doing this in the first place, and what made you write this sort of music as well.
Well, Andy's been doing it for quite a few moons, so have I. We used to be in a band called Freezing Atlantic together. He was and still is occasionally in a band called 100 Reasons, and we've basically been doing it for so long that everything that came before is what informs what we do now. So it's just been an evolution, but I'm a massive Rival Schools fan, so a lot of their stuff kind of trickles through my writing. He's into pop punk. You're into like
Rice, Alexis on Fire. Can't wait for them later on.
Yeah, so a bit of a mixed bag, but we tried to make it our own, really. So
these guys put an ad out for a keyboard player. And then a friend of a friend introduced me to them, and I was just like, I can do keys, and I just turned up with a guitar and like the worst tiny little keyboard ever.
You never played keys in this band.
Every single one of your demos had 2 guitars. I don't know what you want from me.
No, but the funniest thing was he brought this teeny little Casio style keyboard
play the
and then
game.
spent about 10-15 minutes hooking it up, making sure it worked, and then never touched it for the rest of the rehearsal.
He got his keyboard out and just went beep, 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 and then just got his guitar out, and then that was it. There was never any more keyboards.
I can definitely play chopsticks.
We said like when if we ever do this album, like you credit all the instrumentation on it, even if there's no keyboard on it, we're gonna credit keyboard Ollie. It's gotta be done.
It's gotta be done.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Hectares from 2000 Trees Festival. And this is part 1 of a 2-part 2000 Trees Festival special. So a 2-parter with part 2 coming very shortly indeed. So before you go and check that out, which might well be online by now, because it's coming tomorrow if you're listening to us live, but yeah, maybe not. So if you go and check out part 2, we've got interviews with the Hara, Youth Killed It, Jen and the Degenerates, Failstate and Jules. So while you go and find that and queue it up after this show, because we've got 1 interview left, and it's from Grumble. Had a chat with Jack of Grumble to talk about new music and more, and this is what he had to say. So, Grumble, how are you?
How's it going, man? Yeah, all good. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Back at 2000 Trees.
Yes, finally.
Once again.
Yes, mate. I can't wait. It's going to be good. Well, I don't know if our sets are going to be any good, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And I've been waiting to get back with Grumble for so long.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Was it me last year when you were here with Lonely the Brave, when I turned to you and said, what are you doing with Grumble? And you said, well, there's some ideas, but you're not sure yet. Was it me who kind of launched your idea back into
it? You're the sole reason I'm back, brother. Honestly, that's it. What it was like, obviously have demos and have ideas. I mean, all musicians, everybody know the deal. It's like literally, I was like, right, okay, I'll try and finish something. And once I got the first mastering back of one track, I was like, okay, now we can actually push forward and go.
Yeah.
And then just the things kind of align with Lone and Brave in terms of Ross had a baby. His wife had a partner had a baby, and then they had another restaurant. And we had some sort of downtime, and I was like, I'll just try and maybe book a few shows and stuff. And then James got in touch from Trees and was like, would you mind? I was like, yes, straight away. Don't care what time, don't care what day, let's do it. So,
Nice.
yeah.
And here you are, back again.
Yes. Oh, man. I've been here all of like 5 minutes and I already love it. Best thing ever.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. After this interview, we'll play a new single of yours called Psycho.
Oh, thank you very much.
Tell us a bit about the single.
What's about this single, right? Okay, Psycho. Yeah, I guess it was just like, lyrically, it's like about, I mean, if it matters, which it shouldn't have to matter, but it does, or it matters to me, is that I kind of thought it was like having a bit of a relationship with anyone, really, ultimately, that you, it's like, I don't know, you kind of don't realise what you've got until it's gone kind of thing, and then when you actually realise that whilst you're in the relationship with this person, like friendship or whatever it is, and just kind of like, it was the whole thing of like, how intense it can be when you realise how good it is at the moment you're in it. Like Trees, you're here and you're like, you always look back and you go, that was such a good festival, that was such a good time I had with this person, and then ultimately, you sort of forget to enjoy it whilst you're in it, so I just trying to be like emotional and loving it in the moment rather than thinking retrospectively and thinking, what could have been and what, so it's kind of about that. But Callum drums on it as well, our drummer, and that's the first track that he's like drummed on. You can tell he's a lot better at drumming than I will ever be, and so it was really good to get the whole team involved with this one.
Yeah, nice.
So like musically.
Yeah, nice. More music to come.
Yes, I started doing some more. Well, I've got an album coming out September the 5th. I've got a stupidly heavy one that's like coming out in a few weeks. That's like basically a Sleep Token rip-off. I listened to it. I was like, I really like Sleep Token. I'm going to write some songs that sound like them. I got an 8-string guitar, and I thought I love screaming as well. And then was like, this is you. And I was like, yeah, fine. Because like having the freedom to do it keeps me happy and sane, and kind of gives me that like, itch of doing everything that I love doing.
Yeah.
So that's coming out August 5th, and then I've got album September 5th. I've got 2 piano versions of a song called Smudge, which is after my cat, which is a live thing, and I've got a song called Time, which is like an Imagine Dragons rip-off.
Okay.
I love that song as well. I wrote that for a film company called Lionsgate for a film on Amazon, and then I turned it into a Grumble demo, and I was like, I could turn that into a song. So the album comes out September 5th, and then I'm been working on the new album, so that's going to be out, the second album, that's going to be out next year. So it's all go.
Wow, busy.
Yeah. Just love it.
When you got into Lonely the Brave, did you think that this was going to happen to you again with Grumblebee again, or?
No, I felt really bad obviously initially when I said to the guys, like especially Zach and Callum in the team, I was kind of like, I've got I'm just off now, I'm just singing for another band, I'm doing my thing, and we're doing, because obviously I was involved heavily with the production and the mixing of Lonely the Brave, so it was very hands-on for all of that. So essentially I wasn't sure if we were going to do it again because we had no time, and I don't like to half-arse anything. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Kind of just like jump between things. So I like to put everything into everything, and it was just literally that we had the downtime between records with Lonely Brave, and after we did What We Do to Feel, I was like, okay, I've got this, and then all I can control is what I do. Obviously everybody else has got their jobs and families and priorities, and so I was like, I can make some music, and then these guys learn it and go, what have you done here? We'll make it sound better, and then play it live. And I've also got another song coming out with a band called Floyer from Germany.
Okay.
And they asked me to feature on a song. So that's coming out in like the end of August with a guy called Airports. He's Australian, lives in London.
Yeah, I know.
And it's us three doing like a boy band, EDM, pop, pop punk, whatever it is. And we're all doing like tri-vocals, like Power Rangers. It's, oh man, I love it. We filmed a music video like at the weekend. And I was like, okay, just I don't know.
Just all go, isn't it?
Yeah. What about you? What are you up to?
What's this? Yeah. This mainly. But, loads of stuff going on. But
nice.
Less about me, more about you.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm just here for the ride, brother. That's it. I love it.
Just keep it going.
Yeah,
I love it. What is Lonely the Brave doing at the moment?
Well, we tried to get together to do some writing a little while back, and obviously because Mark's in a new position at his work and doing different bits and pieces, and he travels a lot more now, so it's obviously trickier to get it's easier and trickier because he travels, but it means that he has less free time to maybe allocate it to his family, which I'm not going to be like, oh, let's practice instead of seeing your loved ones. And it's like, but we obviously they've got ideas, Bush, the bassist, and obviously Mark coming up with lots of ideas. And we were trying to spitball like different bits and pieces that we might be able to write and record some stuff this year. So it's kind of, it's very much in their hands so much. I mean, we will always write and always record and release music regardless.
Yeah.
The live stuff is a lot trickier now, like really hard to do. But I think there's always I mean, I have people messaging me like all the time from Lonely and Brave, me like, when's your next thing? Or like, are you going to reschedule a tour? Are you going to do this and stuff? And ultimately, it's like, there's so many moving parts in it. It's like for me, even with just a 3-piece, like I'm like, oh, I have to arrange to get him from London, him from there, you from here, sound engineer, and then we do it for no money. And it's like, I mean, it's not about the money ultimately, like, but it's like, imagine that, and then you put it into a 5-piece with families and limited holiday days. I don't know how bands do anything, honestly, mate. Genuinely have no idea. So yeah, we will very much be doing recording and stuff when I guess we get more time, hopefully towards the end of the year.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. I'd like to talk about writing side of things. So for you, when it comes to Grumblebee, how do tracks normally start off?
Usually with like a voice note. So like if I'm doing like a in my phone whilst I'm walking or something, I'll be like, that sounds like a really good vocal melody for something.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll come about and have like an idea for maybe something that's more rhythmically based, like I was saying, that Sleep Token rip-off thing. Like, it doesn't actually sound anything like Sleep Token. I mean, other than it's just a low-tuned 8-string guitar. Obviously, I don't sound like him. The band doesn't sound like that, and I can't play metal drums like Toucan. So it's like this mad thing. So, but having those inspirations of like, oh, I'm really into this, and just run with it and finishing songs, it's more important than just demoing and sitting on it and be like, I'll just throw it away. You know, because often I speak to artists, and not often I speak to artists as if I'm like this. I'm really pretentious. No, I speak to bands and they'll like, oh, we did this, and they'll play it. I'm like, it's amazing. Work with it, go with it, run with it. And half the time you feel like, yeah, it just feels like getting stuff out there in the writing process of actually starting something and finishing it. Seems like it's this really weird thing. It's just not. Sometimes you can write a song on acoustic guitar, you can write a song on piano, and there's a couple of songs on the album, one called Douglas that I wrote on a piano ballad. I was like, I'm never ever going to play this live. It's just how. Like, I got really heavy stuff and then sort of alt-rocky emo, and that's kind of where my heart is. And then the ballady stuff I'm like writing because I've got a love of the piano and I love playing piano. And I'm like, how does this work in a set? And I was like, oh, it can just exist on its own, maybe that's the thing. Yeah. Or I can rework it into my guitar 3-piece world and keep the vocal melodies that I loved from the song and make it work in that way. And I have done that. And there's a track called Douglas, which it's about my ducks, and I really like it. It's really hard to sing, but it's like a rubbish Disney song, and that's kind of where I love things, you know. I don't know.
Love it. Yeah, love it. And rubbish Disney song has now put me off my train of thought.
Yeah.
But I'm back on track. I know what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
So when you are writing for a specific project, or are you just writing for the sake of writing and then seeing where it fits down the line?
Yeah. Well, I think with Grumblebee, do you mean with like Grumblebee and Lonely Brave, or yeah. So obviously, not obviously, but with Lonely Brave, they're quite specific with, I kind of almost wanted it to be, they write the music very much, and I write the melodies and lyrics, like I'm just on top of it. The production is like separate in terms of mixing and all that kind of stuff, but the actual writing side of it, the music is like, Lonely Brave sounds like Lonely Brave without me, and obviously I wanted to add my imprint on it, big time, and hopefully I have done that over the past 2 albums. But even like my singing voice, people said to me like, you sound a bit different in Lonely Brave, like your like phrasing or lyrics, and they're a bit more like serious and a bit more like kind of fit in the kind of deep emotional vibe of the strings and maybe something that feels a bit more like important. With Grumblebee, I have everything from super serious songs about my dog dying to like a song called You, which means nothing at all. Yeah. And I absolutely love the melodies, can't get enough of it. I love that song, and I wrote it. I'm like, wow, if I like it, it's a poppy, stupid song. I love listening to like pop production, and I wanted to do something like that. So that was just a throwaway track, honestly. And I was focusing on production and mixing and thinking like that, which might mean that the album comes out and goes like, what is this? Alt rock, it's ballads, it's metal, it's I don't know what it is, like hip hop bits in it. I don't even know. And maybe that will work against me. But I love lots of music, and every person I meet goes like, I listen to loads of genres, and I'm like, hopefully it can work.
Yeah.
So I don't really have an approach in that sense, unfortunately. But I might watch a Biffy set and go, right, get a strap, I'm school. You know, do that kind of thing. Or if I'm watching like a John Bellion or something like a pop song, I'm like a vocal beat and the kick and the snare sound amazing, and I'll just build a beat around that. And as long as I've got a vocal melody that feels like I've got me still in there, and my vocals coming through strong enough, I feel like it's still valid. But like marketability, probably have no credit, absolutely nothing whatsoever.
No.
Yeah.
Like, no label.
No label would be interested. No management would be interested. All this stuff would be like, where do we go? What does it fit on?
Yeah.
But then my argument was always like, Billie Eilish. What about Billie Eilish when she comes out? Not that I'm Billie Eilish, of course, but like she comes out. Yeah. She comes out. We're going to see her next week actually. Candice to come a couple of weeks away, and she's like, she does the thing and goes like, what playlist do you fit in? As if she cares. It's the stuff that they like. I like these styles. They infuse into this. We create our own playlist. So that was what I want to do.
Yeah.
Just kind of be like, it's the like kind of Grumble playlist or whatever.
And for me, pop rock is my love, pop punk.
Yeah.
But then I do like the screamo bits. But then I also listen to musical theatre and Disney as well. So if you can cover all those bases, just put you on loop.
That's it. Oh mate, I would love to do like EPs, just like everything here, everything there, bits and pieces, jazz record, love it. And then you have like different times you can play different stuff. So it's like, I don't know, maybe I'll do that next. I don't know.
Yeah, nice.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Just do what you want.
Just enjoy life, and then you die.
Be happy.
You die soon, pretty soon. So it's like, why not just have a really good time, right? And then just be happy with the people that you're with, and write music and enjoy it. Like this set today could go horribly wrong. I've got wings, you know. Do you know I'm wearing wings?
What?
I'm actually wearing wings.
Why?
Don't know. It's like a thing. It's a brand. I'll tell the labels it's a brand thing, and I'll wear it and I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to wear this. And I have to cut some holes, not in this shirt. I've got in another shirt. Cut some holes in, get wings on, put a guitar on, see it like flapping about. Everyone's like, wow, that's cool. Or they're like, what an idiot. Either way, I'll take both.
Is that how they're going to distinguish you between your solo project and
that's it?
Like,
yeah, if I start flying away, it's working. We'll take it. Yeah, it's quite a clear difference. I've got a costume. But,
You're building up, aren't you? When you get onto the proper stages, you'll have the wires and everything.
Full form, everything,
flying
full flips.
around.
That's it. If it doesn't go well, I will return early next year, fully masked up, side top to tails, all this kind of stuff, and I'd be like, wow, what's this mysterious thing?
Channeling
Mystery is the new thing. Yeah, it's the new thing. It's the new thing. Look at President, Charlie. I mean, can we say, we don't know if it's his vocal or not. Goodness me. Great, all great, and it's all like the imagery. And what do you feel about that? What's your vibe on it?
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because of the imagery, because of the music, both? What?
It kind of creates a question. It kind of asks you, like Sleep Token, everyone was like, who is this guy? Because everyone thought it was Dan from Bastille.
Sure, right.
For a long time.
Okay.
Until I found out who it was. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. Yeah. And now it's ruined the magic. So I kind of like that there's a brand.
Yes.
Like Royal Republic, they always wear suits.
Right.
So if you always wear wings and stuff,
we'll see how hot it is
remember
today. It's very hot, and I feel like adding wings to that mixture is like. But at least I don't have a mask and a cloak, because that would be even warmer. You know, you can only headline when it gets gets cooler.
Yeah.
That's the request. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to playing live again, man. That's the thing. Just so excited.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Grumble from 2000 Trees Festival, and that's the end of part 1 of our 2000 Trees Festival special, but stick around for part 2 with interviews from the Hara, You've Killed It, Jenna the Degenerates, Failstate and Jules. But if you can't wait until then, social media at The Sound Lab Yes on all the socials, and check out the website thesoundlabuk.co.uk, and we'll be back very shortly for another episode of Interviews Unedited. Goodbye.